berbata. Kalau jodoh tak lari kemana, duhai kekasih. Sumpah mati padamu ku jatuh hati. Sumpah mati padamu ku jatuh cinta.
Have you ever wondered which language Carolinians prefer to speak? Is it English? Is it Filipino or Cebuano? Language is a key part of our identity, shaping how we connect with others as well as how we connect with ourselves. To understand this, we conducted a social experiment asking Carolinians which language they naturally prefer in daily conversations. Do they lean towards the universality of English, the national pride of Filipino, or deep cultural roots of Cebuano? Join us as we uncover their choices and what this reveals about our identity as Filipinos.
The Rizal law strengthens nationalism by teaching Filipinos about their history and values through Rizal's works. Similarly, our experiment explores how language plays a role in national identity by asking people about their preferred language for daily conversations. We want to know if people prefer speaking English over Filipino or Cebuano, if this signals to losing our national identity, or if it's just a way of adapting to the modern world. By looking at their language choices, we can see how language helps Filipinos connect with their heritage and express who they are. This shows that Rizal's ideas about nationalism and self-identity continue to be important today.
Hi guys! I'm Deshieree.
I'm HERALD.
And today we'll be interviewing our fellow Carolinians regarding our topic. So we're group 1, so our topic is language and identity. So we'll be asking our fellow Carolinians if they prefer English over Filipino or Cebuano. So does this reflect a fading national identity?
So come now, guys.
I'm with Chaska Atlan.
MOJICA. Kuya Rizales.
More English.
Cebuano. Do you think the language you use affects how connected you feel being a Filipino?
Not really.
Why?
But Filipinos usually talk in Tagalog. So if we're speaking in English, I don't really feel like a Filipino.
For me, yes, it's a big part for us as a Filipino that we use our language because murag silbi mo na siya tradisyon ginato kung unsa jud ta na mapakita nato na we are a Filipino.
No, it's much easier to express myself in Cebuano or in local language rather than in English.
You see, why is that?
Kay in some way, mura siya ma-feel nimo ang emotion sa giingon nako, which is na jud siya impact nga makasinati ka kung unsa sa dagihang gipang-ingon ingana.
Said I prefer in English to express it's my first language, but there's a different feeling when you say it in Bisaya. There are explanations and expressions that are different when said in Bisaya. So I guess it depends on how, like, I think I don't know how to describe, but a special way to express yourself, I think it's best to use Bisaya, but for me, I use English.
English, okay. And then, why do you think that is, like, do you think it changes the way you see your own culture when you speak English?
I think so, yes. I mean, when you hear people speak English, you think automatically like, oh, they're more educated or something because they speak English. But I think it applies for both, like whether or not you speak English or Bisaya, anyone can be intelligent, whether what language you speak.
As long as you could express it.
Yeah.
Cebuano.
Cebuano.
Talking about, it's easier kung mag-Bisaya jud.
Oh, why is that, ma'am?
It's the native paan ka ng mother tongue. So like, mo man yun ang gitudlo from sa una pa man yun. So mo yun ang gamiton to talk. Para mosad man ang usually igamit sa kuan good community good. So like, mas maayo gamito ng Cebuano para makasabot jud ako ban. Okay.
But when acquiring information about it, syempre online most of the platforms kay it's in English or either in kanang national news na personal TV patrols and channels. Syempre nakatagalog man dyan na. So you acquire information in either English or in Tagalog. But when conversing and sharing that information towards other people, it's easier jud nga mas in Bisaya kay mas simplify gani nimo and you make sure ka nga kung kato nga ta wala pa siya na aware ani nga issue kasabot sila
Through their native language.
yes.
So, do you think using our local language na Cebuano for these topics would make people more patriotic?
Depende na sa kuan tingali sa like pag tan-aw nila sa gi-share tingali kay everyone has different views man. But at the same time, basin sad kay knowing how Filipinos usually are, like dagan kayo kanang digod kayo maayo good mo sabot sad good sa tinuod.
So like for you Cebuano, what unsay imong take ano?
My take for that is it depends pa nila god kay as much as you impose nationalism and patriotism sa ilaha kung dili nila i-internalize if they don't see the importance gani of dili man ingon nga magpakamatay ka for the Philippines but at least knowing your national identity ba kanang narajud na nila if ila ba i-internalize ilang pagka-Filipino
I-acknowledge ilang pagka-Filipino.
Nano uban maingon na mas gusto tang storya og English na Filipino o Cebuano man ta murag kana na butang kay murag mawala tong national identity. Unsa imong tan-aw na kaya?
Para na po Filipino man ko dapat Filipino language mo dapat kung gumising Filipino man ta. Di man ta American.
Much better good kung mang English kay ngano kung ang English good natural man na ato ang Cebuano gani pero mas better kung ang English gamiton kay ngano magamit man din na siya sa tanan.
Gamit international.
So sa imong una kaya unsa na to pagbantay sa tong culture na dili lang ta sige English no. Para unsa tong mabuhat na ma-promote na tong pagka-Cebuano na pagka-Pilipino.
Para sa tuwa dapat then Filipino language yun ang gamiton para sa tuwa.
Sa imong hunahuna ate, unsaon nato pagbantay sa ato ang kultura kung mas magamit na ta og English?
Ang ato ana
Dili ra ba mawala tong pagka-Cebuano kung permit kita mag-English?
o dili man kay murag masagol man kita di ba mag-istorya tag English masagolan man gyud Bisaya.
Thank you, Lego.
Okay, thank you, Sophie. Thank you so much.
Really true. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ate.
Thank you.
Based on the respondents' answer, it's clear that Cebuano plays a significant role in their daily lives. Many prefer using Cebuano because it feels more natural and comfortable, especially in personal conversations with family and friends. Now, when it comes to expressing emotions or discussing casual topics, Cebuano seems to capture their thoughts better than other languages. However, English remains their go-to choice for academic and formal discussions, as it is widely used in school and professional environments. Now, interestingly, the respondents believe that the language they use affects their sense of cultural identity, because speaking Cebuano helps them maintain a strong connection to their roots as Filipinos. Especially in the Visayas region, they view local languages as vital in fostering patriotism, since these create a deeper sense of belonging and pride.
When discussing national issues or history, Cebuano is still preferred, although some recognize that Filipino plays a more dominant role on a national scale. Despite the importance of English for global opportunities, the respondents recognize the need to balance its use with Cebuano, to preserve their cultural identity. They suggest that schools and media should continue promoting local languages while families should keep them alive at home. The respondents believe that consciously using Cebuano in daily conversations and discussing about national matters, they can maintain their connection to Filipino culture while still benefiting from the opportunities that English provides.
Our survey revealed that most people prefer using Cebuano in conversations because it is more simple and allows them to express their thoughts more easily. They find it more natural and effective in everyday interactions, especially when discussing history or other topics. However, some, particularly students, prefer English as they believe it enables them to explain ideas more accurately. They are also more comfortable using English since they are accustomed to speaking and conversing in it. This shows that language preference is influenced by familiarity, ease of expression, and the context in which individuals are used to communicating.
In the end, language choice often represents a complicated negotiation between comfort, perceived efficacy, and social norms among specific communities. Further research could investigate the intricacies of such forms of code switching and languaging activity within these interactions.
Kada hakbang sa lupa'y para akong inaalon at nalulunod sa batikos ng mundo.